Hey, what's up, everyone? So, a lot of people have been asking me how I'm doing since the day 11 video. I know, that's the main video that's been going around. And I just wanted to give a quick update, and also for those who are getting ready to enter withdrawal from methadone, what it's like. Now, like I said, I did kratom starting at day 9, I believe, but those first 9 days were, well, they were hell. Anyways, how I'm doing. It's been about 7.5 months, I think, and at this point, I don't feel anything. It took me about 3 months to get over everything, and I entered a short depression phase for 2 months after that. But that's because, what they call the liquid handcuff has its hooks in you so deep, and you really have to give time for your body to adjust, to be normal. I was on it for 5 years, and I forgot what normal was. I forgot what not being, high out of my mind was, because it did make me high for a large portion of that. So, right now I'm perfectly normal. I'm off kratom, and I'm living life with no medication now, which is amazing. I know a lot of people need it, and I know, those who are going through heroin addiction and other addictions, they need it as well. But I didn't want it anymore, and I moved to a place where I was kind of forced to withdraw. I know a lot of people say that using kratom isn't cold turkey, but let me tell you, methadone withdrawal is unlike any other. For those with weak heart conditions, it can be fatal, and it's like alcohol withdrawal, but longer. It takes 2 to 3 months, depending on what dose you're at, how long you've been taking it, and what your body's like. Now, what is it like to withdraw from methadone? Because I not only withdrew 7 months ago, but through the 5 years that I took it, I moved around a lot and I visited places, and the longest I went without methadone was about 3 weeks. Now, if you've gone through withdrawal of opioids, if you've been on methadone, chances are you've experienced, some kind of heroin, opioid withdrawal, anything like that. The best way that I can describe it is opiate withdrawal it's like Percocet withdrawal is like similar to, your body shaking, you having tremors. But methadone withdrawal is like the whole damn earth is quaking. It's unlike anything that I've ever experienced, and if you can get help, either through kratom or something else, try not to go back on opioids, because let me tell you, Percocet and stuff will barely touch the withdrawal. But if you can use kratom, or this would hurt a lot too. But if you can go to an ER and say, hey, look, I need comfort medication, which is anti-diarrheal and stuff for sweating and all that. Now, you're going to feel the pain, but it's going to be, symptom-wise, it's going to be a lot less. But the pain that you go through in withdrawal, and what it does to your mind and your sleep, is unlike almost anything on the planet. The pain, my joints were aching so much, and I had restless leg syndrome. So, like, I would get in between my heel and my toes, I would get this electrical sensation that would just, it sucked. I kept having to move my leg, and I was shaking my leg even though I didn't have much energy. The shaking the leg is horrifying. I didn't sleep much, and the insomnia that it produces, it takes tolls on your mind, because when you're going through withdrawal, you want to just sleep it off. You don't want to have to endure the symptoms, and these symptoms can last 2 to 3 months. I'm not kidding. So if you are forced to withdraw, like if your clinic is doing that little taper crap where they take you down 1 milligram, even going off from 1 milligram of methadone is really, really bad. I jumped off of 70. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something else, and it worked. Like I said, I can't diagnose and give you a suggested amount if you are pursuing kratom, because I'm not a doctor. I can only tell you, that I started out with 20 pills, 10 grams capsules, 20 capsules, 10 grams, and then I eventually went up to 30 milligrams. And that's where I stayed and was good. But I only took it for 2 to 3 months to make sure that, my withdrawal symptoms weren't that bad. And then I eventually got off of it, and I got off within a day or two. I didn't have to withdraw from that again. Some people may have problems with addiction with kratom because of the way it makes you feel. It can get you high. But as far as withdrawal-wise, it didn't send me into withdrawal. I just want to say this. If you don't have to get off methadone, if there's no pressing way, besides you wanting to get off of it, please do a taper. And because even though 1 milligram, getting off 1 milligram sucks because it's been in your body, it's going to help you a lot more. And make sure you do it with a doctor's assistance, because this is nothing to joke about. I mean, I lost one friend because he was trying to withdraw from methadone, and so he got a whole bunch of heroin and stuff, and it was so bad that he overdosed and died. It can also make you very suicidal if you have no ability to feel relief. My best description of it is literal hell on earth, the way that it makes you feel. I mean, it's not comparable to anything. I mean, if you have like a broken ankle or something like that, then your pain is defined to that one area. This is your whole body. You're sweating, and it's terrible to see someone go through that, let alone your loved ones. And your loved ones are going to be freaking out because you're just... I can't overstate this enough. Don't withdraw from methadone. 1, without a doctor, and 2, unless you absolutely have to. Anyways, I'm doing great. I'm very happy that I was forced to do it, and I'll never go back on methadone again. I mean, it was so bad that I broke my tibia, proximal tibia fracture. It looked like a spider web. And my doctor said, well, since you were on methadone, we can't give you opiates because we think that you have substance abuse problems, which I didn't. But so they said, well, why don't you go back on methadone? I know you don't want to, but that's the best step that's the best thing that can help you right now, because we can't give you anything. And it was so bad, the methadone withdrawal and the methadone experience was so bad for me that I just sucked it up and dealt with the pain. Because, and I'm not someone who is like rigidly hard and things come easy to me like that. I just remembered what it would be like if, and not only that, but you're tied down to your clinic. Unless you have carries and unless you can get travel carries, you're bogged down to one location. I was forced to stay in Washington, and then I moved to another location in St. Louis, and it took them 3 weeks to get all my stuff together, and it was hell. So, like I said, just be careful with methadone, and like I said, I'm not here to badmouth methadone. I'm not here to promote kratom or anything like that, but I will say kratom helped, and even though many people need methadone, if you don't need it and if you don't want it, try to taper off with with a doctor. Anyways, I only have a limited time here, so I guess I'll talk to you guys later, and thanks for the comments. And you know, I'm not in this for the subscriptions, but I appreciate everything, the likes and all that. This community is awesome, and I'm going to keep putting out videos. not always about methadone and addiction, but other things as well. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.